Hey everyone, it's Adrian here with you, and I'm back with Alicia Van Schoonhoven. Alicia, welcome back to the show.
Hi, Adrian. Thanks for having me again.
Alicia's actually the first repeat, I'm not going to say customer, what's a repeat interviewee, not repeat customer. And it's been about 7 months since I spoke to you, and as you can tell from Alicia's get-up, this is not how she probably goes to the supermarket, although I'm sure you get a lot of interesting looks if you did. Alicia's it's a finalist, isn't it? National finalist into Miss Galaxy Australia 2017.
Yep, that's right.
So congratulations. First
Thank
up,
you.
what are you expecting going into Miss Galaxy Australia? What are your expectations of yourself, or are you going to tell me that you're just going to give it your best?
Well, of course, I'm going to give it my best. Through our last interview, I mentioned that I've been involved in quite a few different pageants.
Mm.
And Miss Galaxy is actually one of them. I was actually a national finalist in 2015, and I made it to the top 10. So obviously my expectations are fairly high this time. I've been quite successful in pageantry, so I've been working really hard, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, when you say working really hard, for people outside of the pageant world, give me an idea. Give us an idea of what working hard means. I mean, I'm going to assume that one of them is obviously getting into shape or looking after yourself. What's involved in really preparing for a pageant?
Well, Miss Galaxy Australia has a strong focus on community work and volunteering, and also fundraising. So I've been fundraising for the Make-A-Wish Foundation and the Australia Zoo Wildlife Warriors, as well as volunteering for a range of different organisations. So I've done work with a local organisation called Food Rescue. I've actually been working with them for about 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And the Leukemia Foundation. I've got some volunteering later on this week with Starlight. So I do lots of work with different organisations and lots of fundraising as well. So I'm very busy. At least once a week I'm out there doing something, volunteering, or, that's the minimum. So usually it's 2 or 3 times a week I'm out
Wow.
doing things in my community.
When you say you go out and you volunteer, what do you get from it? Because I assume it's, having spoken to you a few times, I know very well that you volunteer outside of pageant season as well. And I believe you put up on your Instagram post, you were listing how many that you had worked with, like non-profits. Was it 23 or something?
Yes, I think
It was in that vicinity, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's almost 25 now. I've lost count, but I think it's at least 24.
So when you go into these, I mean, because they're very different. I mean, what you said, wildlife and one's leukemia. Why do you do it? Like, what does it give to you?
Well, I mean, I have the opportunity to go out there and volunteer. I'm lucky that I have the privilege to do that, to go out and help people. And I make time to do that because I think it's important. I think there's a lot of value in volunteering. You meet so many amazing people, and it's such an amazing experience. You gain so much from it, and it's just an easy way to help people and make a difference. I always wanted to volunteer when I was younger, and I never really knew how to get into it and where to start. And I didn't even think there was that many opportunities out there to do so. But once you start looking for opportunities, there's so many out there, and there's so many things.
There's almost too many.
There's little things that you can do every day that can make such a big difference to other people.
Do you have one particular non-profit or volunteer organization that you work with more than the others, or are you literally spreading your time and working with new ones and sort of phasing out old ones all the time?
Yeah, I'm always working with different organisations. Like I said before, I've been working with Food Rescue for about 2.5 years now. They're probably my most regular volunteer commitment. I'm also involved with Kids UK, which is a youth organisation, and they focus on the prevention of youth harm.
Wow, because last time I spoke to you, you just got back from Vietnam from a summit.
A symposium.
A summit. What else is involved in preparing for the pageant apart from the volunteer work? What else have you been doing?
Well, obviously, like you said before, eating healthy, exercising, keeping in shape and keeping healthy is very important. Basically, they're looking for someone who is a positive and healthy role model. So I have a bit of my own routine that I do at home every morning with exercise, and I eat quite healthy as well.
Okay, so Miss Galaxy Australia, if you win, let's say picture yourself winning, what happens then for you? What do they promote? What will you be doing? A lot of these pageants, it seems as soon as you win, you're going around the world, sort of obviously representing Australia, and I'm assuming that Miss Galaxy Australia is no different. So, what sets Miss Galaxy apart? And if you win, what would you be doing? What would your responsibilities be?
So the winner of Miss Galaxy Australia gets a trip to the US where they compete in the international final over there.
Mm-hmm.
So there's also a Miss Teen division and a Mrs. division. So there'll be 3 girls from Australia who will travel over to America
Right.
for the international final. So it's really nice. It's like a Team Australia that goes over there. So yeah, that'll be very exciting. And again, it's still all about community work. It's about volunteering, giving back wherever you can. Yeah, Miss Galaxy Australia is a platform to help other people and to give back. You're in the public eye a lot. So, I mean, as a national finalist, I'm in the public eye quite a lot. But obviously, as Miss Galaxy Australia, you're even more in the public eye. So it's quite a powerful position to be in terms of volunteering,
Sure.
and making a difference.
And when is the final, Alicia?
So I head over to the Gold Coast on the 29th of March.
And it's the
and it runs
21st of March, so that's within a
20
week.
Yeah, a week. Yeah, a week tomorrow.
Right.
And then the crowning ceremony is on the 1st of April.
Right. And then if you were to win, when's the international competition?
It's held in July.
Held in July. Wow. Okay. They don't muck around.
No.
How does it? I mean, you've said you've been a national finalist before in this particular pageant. So, does it feel any different going into it this time? Do you feel more confident? Do you have higher expectations? I mean, you said you had a top 10 finish last time. So, this is always something I'm curious as to know: is where do you set the expectations? Is it a number? Is it final? Is it getting a final? Do you want to win one of these things? Like, what are the expectations for yourself going in?
Yeah, well, because I got into top 10 last time, I have set the bar pretty high for myself this time.
Okay.
I feel really confident going into it. I mean, I've been at the national final for Miss Galaxy Australia before, and since then I've been in a couple of different pageants as well. So I've had quite a bit of experience, and I've been working, I mean, like every other girl in the pageant, I've been working so hard towards this. Obviously, my goal is to become Miss Galaxy Australia, but for me, it's more than just that. It's everything that I do in the lead up to Miss Galaxy Australia, all the volunteer work I do, all the different people I meet. You know, at the end of the day, everyone that is involved in Miss Galaxy Australia is a winner because it's just an eye-opening opportunity and exposure to so many different things.
How much longer does the pageant career of Alicia Van Schoonhoven go for? I mean, I know you're only 21. You're turning 22 this year. I don't know when you're considered a veteran and when you. I don't know, but I mean, do you keep going until a certain point? Is there a particular goal that you want to achieve, or are you just sort of living in the moment, enjoying it for what it is, and whatever happens, whatever happens?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens. Like I said, I would love to become Miss Galaxy Australia. At the end of the day, I have achieved so much as it is as a national finalist in Miss Galaxy Australia, and I'm quite content with that. I'm the type of person that takes every day, step by step, go with the flow type of person.
Yeah.
So see what happens.
I want to ask you, so if you were to win, what would be most important to you if you happen to win Miss Galaxy Australia 2017? What's the most important thing the image that you want to give, or what's the most important thing that you want to give back? Like, what would be most important to you? What would make you stand out?
Mm-hmm. Well, I've always said that I want to be a healthy and positive role model for other people, and especially young girls. There's lots of youth who look up to pageant girls and the work they do, and I think that's really important. I think Miss Galaxy Australia needs to be a strong woman who works hard to help other people and be a healthy role model. So that's a really important aspect for me. So I'm always cautious about, what I'm doing, who I'm talking to, and I guess I'm always trying to inspire younger people when I'm talking to them about what I'm doing. Another thing is I've actually started my own project called Happiness Connect.
Mm-hmm.
So I've just started it on Instagram a couple of weeks ago. And basically it's focused on mental health and providing, I guess, support and resources for anyone who's open to it. So I hope to promote that further.
What prompted you? I mean, first of all, it's a great initiative. Mental health, I think, in any Western civilization is very overlooked. People see, the physical side more easily than they see the mental and emotional side. What prompted you to take up this sort of the gauntlet of mental health?
Well, I mean, I've had my own struggles with mental health, with both depression and anxiety, and I've got friends and family who've also been through it.
Mm.
I guess when I was struggling, I found it very difficult to find support. At the time, I didn't want to speak to anyone, to my friends or family directly. I didn't want anyone to worry about me.
Yeah.
So obviously I looked online for resources, and I mean, there's lots of resources out there, but it's so overwhelming. When you're struggling, you don't want to sit on Google and
Google depression and anxiety. What do I do?
Yeah, it makes you even more anxious.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I struggled. I remember searching on Google a couple of times and just going, oh, this is too hard. I don't really want to reach out for help. So I avoided it for a long time. And then I was talking to a friend. I started opening up to a friend and also my brother. And my friend encouraged me to go and speak to someone professionally.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it wasn't as easy as that. I didn't go, okay, let's go. But took a lot of courage. But I finally made a phone call to make an appointment with a counsellor, only to find out that it was a 3-week wait.
Lucky you weren't suicidal.
Yeah, exactly right. And so as a backup, I rang another counsellor to find out it was 3.5 weeks, or it was even longer.
Yeah.
But I made both appointments just in case. I had a bit of a feeling that I should make both appointments.
Yeah.
So that was very lucky, because the first appointment that I went to wasn't very good. I didn't find the session very helpful. I was more upset than I was being helped, I suppose.
That's not a good sign.
It was lucky that I had that backup.
Yeah, hopefully.
I probably wouldn't have gone out to seek more help. So, I mean, the second resource that I reached out to was Headspace, and they were just a great support.
Yeah.
But, I mean, obviously, it's easy to become overwhelmed with all the different resources out there. So I guess through my experience, I'm finding it difficult to actually reach out to someone and actually get support then and there. I wanted to create something where I'm able to share those resources with other people and I guess share my personal story of what I've been through, and also the stories of other people, and I guess create a bit of an online community about mental health and letting people know that they're not alone and that there are resources out there. There are people who are out there that want to help them, and, I guess putting them straight in front of their face. They don't have to go out and look for it, because through Happiness Connect, I'm providing the information that they need to gain access to those resources.
Yeah. You mentioned that it was difficult to approach anyone for help. And I think a lot of people will understand that. I have a lot of friends who have battled similarly to you, depression and anxiety, and almost admitting that they need help is the first step. I just wanted to ask, do you feel that it was extra difficult for you being in the position that you are, obviously competing in beauty pageants and doing your modeling, where people sort of expect, oh, that girl, she's beautiful, she's got it all together, she's always happy, how on earth could she be depressed? I mean, like, give me a break sort of thing. Did that enter into it at all?
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course. So many people that I've opened up to just had no idea. I had absolutely, just the things I've done previously through pageantry, uni, school, everything that I've achieved, just the people who have known me through different parts of my life have all been surprised, because they didn't expect that from me. I mean, I've been in lots of pageants where I've been up on stage, getting judged about the way I walk and the way I look.
Yeah.
Getting judged about, answers I provide to questions. And as I was saying last year, I got up on stage and spoke in front of 700 people in Vietnam for the University Scholars Leadership.
Were you anxious about that?
Yeah. Yeah, I was.
I think most people could understand that one, though.
I think for me, though, that opportunity to Vietnam was a big turning point for me. And I think while I was anxious, I got asked to do the closing ceremony of the event. And I was excited about it. I thought that was amazing that out of all the delegates, I think it was almost 800 delegates, I was the one chosen to close the whole event. It's an international event with 69 different countries.
Yeah.
But, I got excited and I went, oh no, oh my God, I'm going to talk in front of people. Like, how do I do this?
Open your mouth and start at the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. But my mind doesn't see it that easy sometimes.
Okay.
And it definitely didn't at that time. But I guess at the time I was, working hard to work through my depression and anxiety. And that for me was such a big step in that, because I was anxious and I didn't, there was times where I thought I couldn't do it and I didn't want to do it. But I guess I set the challenge for myself to do it. And it was the best thing I could have done.
If there's someone who's watching this who's in a similar situation to yourself, what would you say is the most important thing, like 1, 2, or 3 really simple steps when you're going through that hard time? What are the simple steps you would take as a first step to get out of depression and anxiety?
Well, I think it's important not to be afraid to speak up and speak to those around you. Mm-hmm. It can be really difficult, especially when you don't want to, for myself, I didn't want to let anyone down, and I didn't want, I didn't want to be judged for the way I was feeling, or, I know I have a good life and I'm grateful for everything that I've achieved and everything that I have. And I always felt guilty for feeling the way I did. And so I didn't want to speak to anyone. But as soon as I started opening up, speaking to my friends, speaking to my brother, and then slowly opening up to my family, opening up to more friends, it became so much easier. At the time, it seemed impossible to tell anyone, but I can't even explain how much it helps when you start opening up to someone.
Well, was there a particular moment, because I know you said it was difficult, was there a particular moment when you just decided you had to say something because not saying anything was worse?
Yeah, definitely. I think it probably slowly came out over time. But I think slowly the people who really know me, from being around me, they could tell that I wasn't at my best, and that, through the things I was going through at the time, that, there was a few things I needed to work through and talk about with a professional. So
sure. Let's change tack just a little bit, make it a bit cheerier. How is Alicia Van Schoonhoven different from the last time that I spoke to you 7 months ago? I mean, she certainly sounds like she's been through a lot, older, wiser. How is the you now different to you were 7 months or a year ago?
Yeah, that's a big question. I had a very difficult year last year, so I had a lot of personal things going on, a lot of stress, but I guess through talking to people and seeking help, I was able to fight through that. And I think because of what I went through, I've become a stronger person.
Yeah.
I've become more confident again. And through my experience, through what I've gone through, I've been able to create my project, Happiness Connect, and use that to help other people. And that's my grounding for Miss Galaxy Australia. That is my biggest motive. That's what I want to promote. That's what I want to I guess to share with everyone, and that's that's what I want to do to make a difference.
Sure. I mean, that's beautiful. It's a great thing, and it's very, very needed. If people want to connect to follow either your journey for the pageant or for Happiness Connect, just give us the social media details, Alicia.
So you can find me on Facebook and Instagram. It's Alicia, ALICIAJVS. And Happiness Connect, it's only on Instagram at the moment, but it's just at Happiness Connect.
Okay, great. And I'll link that all up below.
Yes.
So, okay. Well, since you're the first repeat interviewee, I'm interested to see...
Now.
I want to ask you the same 10 questions I asked last time and see if you give me the same answers or if they're any different. Just as it...
Really? You're trying to trick me?
No, I'm not trying to trick... I don't have any other questions, so there's no trick here. So let's see what happens. So number 1, what is your favorite word?
Bubbles. Did I say that last time?
No. Bubbles. Last time I think it was awesome. Bubbles.
I've changed, okay? 7 months.
That's... Okay. All right, what is your least favorite word?
Thanks.
That's similar.
No,
yeah.
last time.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that some things haven't changed. Okay. What about what switches you on? What turns you on?
Kindness.
Kindness. Okay. What about what turns you off?
Rudeness.
What sound or noise do you love?
The ocean. And I know I said that last time because that's my only answer for that.
What sound or noise do you hate?
Chalkboard.
Still the chalkboard. Okay.
Yeah.
What job or profession other than your own would you most like to attempt?
Ooh. Would I most like to attempt? Was this question in it last time?
Yeah, I think so. It's always the same.
Okay. A pilot.
You're the third girl to say that one. That's a very popular answer. What about what job or profession other than your own would you definitely not like to attempt?
Nursing, I think. I think I said that. I said that last time. I think I actually wanted to be a nurse at one point, and decided I couldn't do it. I have so much respect for nurses, but it's something I could do. It's
a very, very taxing job. I don't know how they do it. Final question. If God exists, what would you like to hear him or her say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
I would like him to say that my project Happiness Connect has made a big difference.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a piece that wasn't in existence 7 months ago. So that's fantastic. Look, it was great talking to you again, Alicia. Best of luck with the pageant.
Thank you so much.
And definitely with Happiness Connect. As I said, I'll put all the links below. And I certainly hope that you win. You'll be a very worthy winner. Final question. Have you travelled since last time we talked? Because I know you're a travel bug. Have you actually managed to get overseas? I don't count like within Australia. Not overseas. All right. So when's your next big...
Melbourne, but that's it.
No, when's your next big trip overseas?
I don't know. We'll see. If I win Miss Galaxy, it will be to America.
Right.
But if not, then I'll have to plan something.
Sounds fantastic.
Too long already.
Have some time off. Don't work too hard. All right. Thanks so much, Alicia. And thanks everyone for watching. And we'll speak to you again soon. Bye-bye.